Okay,
Hi, folks. In accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law, please be advised that this meeting of Public Access Cable Committee is being recorded and will be uploaded to the Lunenburg Access YouTube after the meeting. This meeting is being held in person at the location provided in this notice. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. Zoom meeting information is in the notice. The agenda lists all the topics which may be discussed at the meeting and are those reasonably anticipated by the chair. Votes may be taken as a result of these discussions. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by the open meeting law. So we have nobody with us on Zoom, Joe. So,
we don't.
go around the table, roll call, miss something. Can I indeed hear? Sam and sorry, what's your name? Steve.
Present.
And Faith.
Present.
And myself. So at this point we are absent Paul Sarapas. Joe, manager of Pacc, is also with us. Do we have any public comments? Hearing none, do we have any committee comments?
Sure. Congratulations on an outstanding job at the town meeting.
Thank you.
I got a question about that, Joe. When there is a lengthy delay, when Owen was talking to the lawyer, I know you can't cut the tape, you have to do that before. Is there any way you could put music or something on during that time?
No,
There's no way to just add,
no.
I mean, it's deadly. It was, so I watched the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
Almost 20 minutes of just.
Not to a legal meeting. We
You know,
can't.
can't do anything, just to
No,
put a tune in.
No.
Elvis or something.
Tom and Jerry cartoon.
No, I mean, you can still keep the thing on. there,
Yeah.
so there's something to.
the only thing we could do is raise or lower the volume. We can't
Or
add,
can you put some kind of
No,
a note in that's saying, there's a discussion going on that is off camera?
it was on camera, the
No, no,
discussion.
but you can hear it.
No,
I mean, so, because that was 20 minutes of absolute nothing.
Wow.
Just straight at it, nothing.
yeah, I would have to add a software to do lower thirds where we could put that on. So
Not
that would
asking
be
you to do
another
it.
computer and the software to do it.
like a banner.
Yeah, I would have to get
If
software to
someone
do it.
turned that show on at that point, I would have thought, what the hell?
Yeah.
Literally
I mean, that
20
happens in a lot of meetings. There's delays.
That long?
We can put a banner up with casters. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. We could probably do a banner.
But that's all.
Yeah.
I think what it's after is that people tuning into it, wondering what the merry-andrew is going
Why
on.
isn't something
Just
happening? Yeah.
That we can't put things like music or on the bulletin board because that's interfering.
I know that.
Yeah.
But
Put a banner saying,
it's just something.
saying off mic conversation
Yeah, so-
or consultation going
Right.
on with
Yeah.
legal.
Consultation is a good word.
Okay.
Can you put that word in the minutes or is that a bit too long?
That's too many letters.
That's what I was thinking.
I just could
No more than
maybe add a
three
banner.
syllables, right?
Which-
Yeah.
No more than three
Yes,
syllables,
that's
that's
good.
Oh.
Thank you. Anything else from the committee? Hearing none. We have communications. So there have been a bunch going around, which was amongst other things, Heather planning sorry, if my phone chimes, usually it goes to my hearing aids, both of which expired because they're 6 weeks past their warranty period. And replacement, 6,500.
Oh,
So still talking about that, so if my phone chimes, my apologies.
No problem.
It's managed. Heather wanted a bunch of tests done to make sure ATM, annual town meeting, was going to work. All of which were done, functioned well. I don't believe there was a single overflow person, was there?
No.
So while I'm actually very happy that Heather took the trouble to make sure that we were well prepared, both technologically and legally from the point of view. That was good. Which is good for us to be prepared and not have them come in on Saturday morning and say, by the way, we put a television in the gymnasium and you hook up to it. So
yeah.
all of those bits were working. And there were a variety of communications going on, even while Heather was on vacation, about the wet bar in the studio. It got a little damp in there. So Joe will probably be addressing this in your.
Mhm.
Then there have been two other sets of communications, one of which is Mr. Serapis.
I texted Joe, my apologies. For
Oh,
being late.
I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's okay, my apologies for being late. Here I am,
We're glad you're
Thank you.
here.
I was in this very room about an hour ago.
Huh? Once it wasn't the cemetery commission.
Almost as bad.
Don't,
I'll
you're
tell you-
being recorded, so.
Tell you later.
Oh, this is hot stuff.
Later, after the meeting.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I have, and I think Joe received as well, the Comcast Form 200 and
400.
400, which thrilled both of us. It's full of an awful lot of numbers and things. But basically, we're supposed to have had this every year. And what this is a statement, a financial statement, from which we should be able to derive what our quarterly earnings are. I haven't spent any time on it at this point trying to work that out, because they don't necessarily separate their earnings by video services and internet services, this kind of thing. However, we should keep it.
Yeah.
So the question is that something you can keep? I know,
I'll file it.
would you?
Yeah.
Because we should just keep them, so.
Yeah.
The good news is, Heather's or the select board office sent it to us
Yes.
because we've had an issue in the past with them. And then the other one, which we really need to, okay. I've started to receive messages, Joe's had a lot more. I'm wondering if we can address this issue with the cemetery commission elections. Could we do it now? Because I'd kind of like Steve to be available, who knows a lot of these rules and regulations that we're going.
What does the correspondence say exactly?
Well, I've had 3, which I didn't find till 4 o'clock this afternoon. I was gone
Okay.
all morning trying to find hearing aids so that I could run tonight's meeting.
I mean, I have some as well, but I was wondering what yours,
These are candidates.
what yours said.
He is
Cemetery,
he's a
we're talking about
writing-
cemetery candidates.
Right,
Okay,
He's,
I just need to know that.
he's a writing candidate who, I have had 3 emails from him. Joe apparently has had much more from him. In here, can you clarify, because I don't understand half of this stuff, Joe. I wasn't
Yeah,
part of it in the early days.
well, Mr. Bowen is very interested in the cemetery commission. He has some issues with the cemetery commission, the way they run, the way they operate. He
Okay.
attends every cemetery commission meeting and records it.
He records it.
He records it as well.
Audio,
I record it,
Yeah.
but
okay.
he wants to record his own as well.
So he can put devil horns on people's heads.
don't put that in the minutes,
No,
but that was quite good.
Um,
Joe,
so, Mr. Bowen has been in touch with me through Facebook messaging. Where I try to answer all of his questions, not always to his satisfaction. And I recently, about a week ago, requested that if he has any issues with how we operate, to contact the committee. However, after that message, I got another message that he wants to meet with me. And he wants to get some airtime about his candidacy.
Can't do that.
And I have to get back to him and say, no, it's either all three of you or none of you.
well, this is where I wanted clarification that somebody.
Yeah, it's gotta be everyone or none.
No, it's a different clarification. Is he an official candidate?
No,
No,
so right.
So why does he get airtime when we give equal airtime to candidates? He's not a candidate. Am I confused, wrong, or?
Well,
It's a write-in candidate.
it's still, the all or none rule is
Yeah.
the all or none rule, so you're not gonna.
I mean, I can check with the other two candidates and find out if they're interested. I can tell you from what I've observed, I personally doubt they'll be interested, but I'll reach out if that's something that Mr. Bowen is adamant about.
But if you do that, even if they turn you down, they've been given the option.
Exactly.
So you don't actually have to do it if they don't want to do it, but you've got to
Right.
give them all the same. My question still stands, I'm still confused.
Is he still a
As a
legitimate?
As a
candidate?
write-in, is he a candidate?
That I could not
Because-
tell you.
You know, Bob.
I don't
Dole
think
can be a
so.
Writing as well, anybody can be a writing. I'm
Actually,
confused.
He was non-nominated at the caucus, nor was he there at the caucus.
and he hasn't handed in nomination papers.
No, strictly right.
So he can be on the ballot,
So
but
can you?
that's right.
Is the general
Sorry,
policy
You know, I'm not
in the
gonna.
last few years?
I'm very happy with
Select
Yeah, we have
Is there
to
a
give
track
equal
history?
airtime to
Oh,
They don't have to be on the same
My
day.
daughter-in-law
No.
got voted into
But all-
the town of
all
Chelmsford.
all three with,
all four.
with the same,
can we have
right,
one
with the same
conversation
amount of
at
time.
a time,
Oh,
please,
sorry.
because otherwise we can't hear it. So,
Yes, in the past, we have done this,
then what?
notified candidates that we would be willing to air their
Right,
comments.
and I believe that's our policy.
And our policy is, we give them all the same amount of time.
And that's all good, I'm happy with that. My
Mhm.
question stands, is he a candidate? Because if he wasn't at the caucus, has not filed papers, anybody in the town can be a writing
Right.
candidate, which
Mhm.
means we have to check with everyone in the town
Mhm.
if they would like equal airtime. And I believe there are 11,000 of us,
Mhm.
including small children and the occasional wild coyote. I'm
I happen to agree with
I'm
you.
looking for
Well,
help
we used to
here.
have a candidates
trying to
night
think.
here.
That has to come from town
Do we ever
hall.
televise that?
Kathy
that
Herrick
far?
is the.
Um,
town
Televise,
Can
it was
we-
candidates
sorry.
night sponsored by
Yes,
the women's.
I believe Tom Alonso would know the name of the organization. I think he was part of it. I don't know, it's the something democratic.
Something like that. I don't know.
Thing.
All the candidates for all the jobs were on one night. They all get a chance to debate.
They all got to debate.
Yes.
I noticed, because I'm an avid watcher of the select board meetings these days, that, at the, last select board meeting last Tuesday night, Mr. Bowen made an announcement for his candidacy that was on the borderline of campaigning, and Mr. Franco told him he was crossing, he was going out of bounds. So I'm not here to
Out of order,
campaign.
yeah.
So,
Was that for select board or?
Select board.
cemetery?
The select board
at
meeting.
the meeting.
I'm just trying to understand the whole picture.
He was announcing his writing candidacy, so it was kind of borderline campaigning, which you are not allowed to
That
do.
makes it even more difficult. Steve, you were making a.
My suggestion is Kathy Herrick is in charge of who are candidates. You need to contact Kathy Herrick and say, is Mr. Bowen, you said?
Yeah.
Is Mr. Bowen considered a legitimate candidate? You please preface this, I would like to contact the two candidates for the cemetery commission who are running. Is
Yes.
Mr. Bowen
Good
a
idea.
legal candidate that I need to contact? Does that make sense? So that you're not singling him out, but you're getting, ask Kathy Herrick, who are,
Right, if I do this, who do I have to ask?
yes, I would like to give the cemetery commission people equal time as per our policy, blah, 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 blah. Who are the legal candidates? And is there anyone else? No, don't even ask.
And sadly, I need to be there because this is coming to the committee. That's what
Does
it
that make
is.
sense?
Yes,
You need to get a ruling from town hall.
okay,
Which may
That's-
not be from her, or isn't she?
She's town clerk, she's in charge of,
Right,
that's her,
Rules and
she
regulations.
swears in all committee members.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, the committee members, but she swears in, not the candidates. No, she verifies she verifies every candidate
Yes.
through the,
Now that's important. I
She
do know
verifies.
what her authority level is.
no, she,
And there are no contests whatever on the ballot this year.
Oh, really?
None.
So-
It's 4 vacancies that are being filled.
How many seats for cemetery commission are up for grabs?
must be two then.
It's two,
must be two.
so it is technically being contested if someone's a write-in, but again, they're
Well-
not really candidates, so.
One of the members passed away since the last election, so they're filling that spot.
So there's two open,
I don't know if there's two, but there's one.
Okay, there's two candidates, so actual real bona fide candidates.
Confused at
I'm
them.
not sure they're running, are they?
Well, one they just appointed, well, he has to go
This is
through the
Ross.
election.
Yeah, that's only till the end of
David,
June.
I think there's only the vacancy being filled,
Perhaps.
I think.
Well, then who will he debate?
It's not running, because it's an empty spot,
Yeah,
3 members.
well, that,
Can
There's
somebody ask,
only 2 on the spots.
if there are, just for example, so I don't know, if there are 2 vacancies and 2 candidates, does it even go to a vote, or is that the select board just appoints them at that?
they're actually elected, aren't they? Yeah,
They're still elected, so there
Yes.
could still be a write-in. That's what I was trying to.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if there's a ballot,
I don't do politics.
and he will be.
I'm good with spreadsheets, sorry.
You're right here, you're doing
We're
them.
there was also a complaint by Mr. Bowen that I was not cross-posting meetings from YouTube to posting them to Facebook.
I saw that.
Now, I have always had the policy, I know it's not a PAC policy, but I don't want to glut the Facebook up with meetings.
Mm,
Plus, to do the meetings, you know, I have to take it from Castis, download it from Castis, take it from the system, upload it to YouTube, schedule it on Castis. There's all kinds of steps to get a meeting going. And I don't want to glut up Facebook with meetings. There's some exceptions. Town meeting I put on there. The assessor's tax informational meeting I put on there, but your general town hall meetings, I do not put on there.
So question here is, which would probably help you. You put these up on the social media platforms as
Yes,
a courtesy,
yes,
not as a requirement.
no,
Have a care. Because when I read this, which is the official notice we have to open the meeting with,
Yes, that's what it
it
said.
does say it'll be put up on YouTube within 24 hours. Or some such, I can find it if you really.
yeah, I don't know who came up with the 24 hours,
No,
but
that
it's
I
up,
It's, no,
Pretty
here
quickly.
it doesn't say that. Please be advised that this meeting of PAC is being recorded and will be uploaded to the Lunenburg Access YouTube after the meeting.
yes,
That's all it says. I don't believe anywhere we have a requirement to upload it to Facebook. By the way, I don't think we have a requirement to upload it to YouTube either.
no, we
I
don't.
think that's a courtesy. So, yes, sir, please.
According to the website, there is 1 vacancy in the cemetery department.
Okay, and 2 people.
Term expires May 2024, so there is a term that's expiring,
Oh, when somebody.
and then there's a
expires.
vacancy.
Yeah.
So there are 2 chairs.
So
And there are
writing
2
candidate,
candidates plus 1 write-in, is
so
there?
Rising can win with 1 vote. It's happened.
and I fought that in the charter.
I bet you did.
I fought that, and after 3 months, I had to give that one up. There are only so many things you can tell,
Yeah.
because of that reason.
I hear you.
But again, it has happened.
You know, it's gonna happen.
So at this point, we need an action plan, one item. You and I should meet with Kathy and make sure we're all on the same page, behaving legally. I unfortunately, did everyone else get stuff like this from them?
No.
From,
Just so you know, Joe, when you talk to Kathy Herrick, you need to ask what candidate is going for what position. If there are 2 positions, then it's 2 different positions. Do you know what I mean? You vote
Yeah.
for someone, and you need to ask Kathy, do you know what I mean? The candidates, are they going for a certain position? There are 2 positions.
but
So one
are
will be-
they general positions?
I don't know.
They
That's why you
they
should,
are general commissions, but one's a vacancy.
one's a
So which
vacancy.
means you only have
One
1 year
runs
left.
for 3 years, one runs for 2 years.
Right, so they are running. Who
That's
is
the difference, that's what I was. looking
That's
at.
what I mean, you need to ask, because someone is gonna run for the 1-year position, and someone is running for the 3-year
Three-year
position. That's,
This may confuse
That-
things deeply, but that's what.
no,
we
but you need to know
That-
that, because then officially, it's one candidate, what position is this person running for, the write-in? And that's a question to ask Kathy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
If she has no idea what the write-in is going for,
Well,
Well, it's.
Well,
if he hasn't, if he hasn't pulled
Let's
papers and
see
he,
what she says on that, because we don't even know if he's a candidate in the sense of a candidate that's on the ballot that people vote for, because it's a writing. I don't know the legalities of it. Let's ask Kathy.
But you would have to have him, you'd have, if he's going for the 3-year position, then you would have to set up the 3-year position person and him with equal time.
and
Or
also.
1-year
it would be-
position,
it
I
would be-
believe.
It'd be a voting contest then.
There would be a
A
well,
voting contest, the 2 years would be still unfilled.
Well, you don't know what's on the ballot, you don't know
I
if
don't
the
know
ballot
what's
says
on
1, 2
but
years.
just make sure she
Yes,
explains.
please, you're making us aware, which is good.
That's all, just aware.
State
As I'm
president was
looking at the
elected
website.
last May and died in July,
Right,
so he has 2 years left on that.
so
That.
if Pete Lincoln's name's on the ballot, it'll say for 1 2-year term.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it says what your term is.
Yes,
So we'll go Pete Lincoln, 2-year,
Right.
Fred Flintstone, 3
and it'll
years,
say vacancy, 2 years.
or vacancy 2 years.
Yeah.
That's the thing too to ask, is the vacancy listed on the ballot as a vacancy? Or is there a person's
Okay,
name
sure.
running for it?
So
No, it should be a
Joe-
person's name, if someone pulled papers.
Joe and I will meet with
It
her.
wasn't in August. Only, no one applied for that position.
If it's vacant,
So it's not, it's open. But it's only 2 years.
okay,
So if someone is a write-in candidate, he's not gonna go up against someone if there's a vacancy that's not.
it
Contest,
could be that the 2 candidates are both write-ins.
no, there's someone that's applying for the 3-year job.
So they have papers out.
It's on the ballot.
That's what
It's
That's what
not,
we're gonna make sure is
right,
there are
it's-
actual names on the ballot.
it's not a requirement to be at the caucus, but it is a requirement to put papers.
Right,
I
Yes.
believe that.
Oh, yeah.
but if there's a blank spot on the ballot, if there's a blank spot on the ballot, you can write
Yes.
anyone you want.
Like Bob Dole or.
Right, and whoever gets the most votes is then asked, do you wanna fill that position? And then they have the right to say no or yes.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
okay, no, that's good.
I voted
So
for
that's
that
one
3
piece,
times, so-
that's trying to let Steve go if he needs to go in 5 minutes or so.
6 minutes.
The
Oh,
other thing, because I had this addressed to me, which is, there are actually 3 of them, I couldn't find out how to print the third one. Which basically, the top one, this is the third one he sent me, none of which I saw till late this afternoon. It says, Mr. Walker, as a follow-up to my email, I will be supplying the attached video excerpt as evidence, as well as the video from the appointment of Michael Clark at the previous cemetery commission meeting to the OCPF, which is a state committee of some kind, that Pacc, which he has as PACC. So whether he meant that or not, it means the committee has engaged in a manner not in compliance with the rules of the OCPO. If we have no resolve with you or with Kathy Herrick, I'm not arguing what's written here. Town clerk, who is the chief election officer, and I think that was the key piece then. We will direct a written complaint for a violation of law with the OPCF, which actually stands for the Office of Campaign and Political Finance. So, because that's come to me and references Pacc, I have to respond to it. I can, which I've done before. The absolute minimal response says, on behalf of the committee, I've received your emails and I'm planning to meet with Kathy Herrick as soon as practical.
And that's the perfect answer.
Did you like that?
Do you need a motion for that, sir?
Well,
No.
we don't, but the committee should know, because officially,
Right.
I'm not allowed to stand up and speak for the committee.
That's right.
Without the committee being okay with it.
Yep.
We're okay.
Actually, if you put that in the minutes, that would be great.
You will answer email.
So acknowledging receipt of
Oh, yeah.
3 emails.
Acknowledging 3 emails. And will consult with Kathy Harris.
As soon as practical. That getting because I'm gonna go home and open a bottle of whiskey.
Can I come?
Well, it won't be practical for at least 3 more days.
You don't have one over on it.
Is it Jameson's or?
I left my son there shutting the place down, so
Uh-oh.
probably not. Are we okay with this? Because I really would like to let Steve go. The other things we've got minutes, monthly report, master plan steering, town meeting report.
I came late, I wanted to share something, maybe it was during item 3 committee comments, can I have the courtesy of sharing something off the agenda? Or go back with an agenda?
Well, we're still actually in, oh no, we're in communication.
We get the appropriate place, is that?
Oh,
okay?
I'm okay. Sure, yeah.
It's quick. I would like to write an article for the Bloomberg Ledger about PACC and PAC. I'm just letting you know, committee members, that if you wish to have me speak to you, I haven't yet figured out the scope of the article, but I'm open to suggestions from folks. I think I'd like to look at all the work that people do, all the thankless work that people do. Some misconceptions from the public, that type of thing.
Yes,
So-
we do not set the cable rates.
All that, like, how come the audio sucked in
Or in
the
our
auditorium?
eyes, basically.
Yeah.
It wasn't our fault,
Yeah.
basically that type of thing, so I've been playing with that,
Good luck with it.
good. You're one of the first people in the talk to, yeah.
Just have that be proof for the truth.
Yeah, I will, this one I will, because usually lately I've been putting things in too late to have it proofread for me, so.
It's got an awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
And that was a tough one to write too, so anyways, yes.
It's like.
Paul, I'm gonna ask you to continue writing minutes.
Yeah.
If you can send them to me.
Yeah.
Do you need a copy of April 1st minutes to?
No, I have one.
I have.
You have one, okay.
Yeah.
You can send me any changes or whatever, and
Yeah.
I'll write the minutes.
Okay,
so-
Exactly.
You got through item 4.
Communications.
Yeah,
So you're gonna start up with,
yeah, review and approve minutes, yeah.
Yeah,
Minutes.
so,
I move to approve the minutes.
I second.
Second.
no, you can't do that.
Why not?
Oh, we can have discussion, but
Now you can have discussion.
yeah, now we need discussion.
Um,
It's fine.
Such a straight arrow.
put your phone number down and I'll just send you a text with this, a picture of this. Let me help.
So the minutes should show that Steve abandoned us.
Didn't abandon.
I know.
Left
No,
us
I
high
really-
and dry.
I really wanted you here for that
Yeah.
first piece, so.
Yep, that's fine,
I
that's fine.
appreciate that.
I can
Thank you.
remember a few details. All right, you gonna vote on the minutes or,
Yes,
You're off.
okay, I'm done.
is that your phone?
Don't be flat or sharp.
Break a leg.
Oh, Oh. Will it burn safe?
Go be glad a show, that's.
Thank you, have a good one.
Thanks.
Okay, so Paul is enthusiastically keeping the minutes.
Yeah, as usual.
Semi-legible writing that he uses. The under public comments of the minutes. The first line, which is from Debbie Lincoln. It's not the TriCasters, although that would be an interesting machine if we had a TriCasters. It's the TriCaster, right, that you had problems with for that story time.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
It's sort of a typo, so. Yeah, okay.
TriCast, so how do you spell it?
TriCaster,
TriCast.
as in the small wheels on the bottom of chairs, 3 of them. Okay. I believe that was all that I had.
It's a singular.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shouldn't there be an E at the end or something? But
Did anyone else have anything on the? Hearing no further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
I,
So accepted. Okay. Managers monthly report.
Okay, I'll make this brief. Joe, I'm using the wrong name again. Joe Toll speaking. I still. Town meeting went well. Thanks to Paul and Steve helping out, that was really critical. But I want to send out big kudos to Eric Foster, who did a tremendous job for us. Setting it up, working with Dan Nataraski. We worked very, very hard and it all turned out well. We also did Smarter Than a 6th grader and that went well. We did 3 cameras for that. Everyone knows that the studio was flooded and
I know.
now you know, I thought we, yeah, studio is flooded. We have to go into a new room in the TC Passios. They picked out a room for us, said it was dry and free of any issues. So the floor was done. I've requested keys. The only problem right now is internet service. The network person at TC Passios believes that putting us on the TC Passios network could mess up everyone else as far as the fact that we upload videos and that we do a lot of video work. He seems to think it would slow down their internet.
So what network are we on at the moment?
So we're on their network.
So there's no issue. Doesn't make it any worse or any better.
You're right.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm an engineer, remember, not a politician.
Mm.
Well, he's proposing a separate service from the town, so we'd have our own Comcast service, but now that you mention that, we should probably try to have him build into,
The less we change in the process of moving, the happier I am. Because it's going to be bad enough, we're going to have to set up a mirror image of the studio setup, just because of the way they put things in.
right, so
Is the cable in as well?
cable is not in,
That needs to be in as well.
yeah,
We only need one, I don't know why we have 2 in that present.
yeah. Well, I've got to talk to Jordan about that,
Okay,
so that's in progress. And like I said, the week of the 20th, we should be at least into the move. Not sure how we're gonna get the, what is it called?
oh, gantry, that has to be taken apart.
Do we, what did we decide, to hire back
Well,
the lighting guy, or,
There are 2 ways, one's to have him do it, that'll cost you a bunch of money.
yeah,
Whether that's covered by insurance, I doubt. Or you could just have a couple of people who mark up where the lights are, so they can be replaced.
right,
Remove the wiring, take it apart like a giant erector set, and then reverse the process.
I'll talk to Eric to see if he's willing to do that. or at least coordinate that.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can find volunteers, that's the fun kind of stuff to do. So, I actually own a spanner, which would be just,
You mean a wrench?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
See what you're talking
We
Um,
really don't want to interview. So, yes.
we haven't,
Please.
we lost a videographer last month. Chris Piscopo took another job and we're hiring a new videographer, George Martin. Do you guys know George?
And it was on the grid, he's about 70?
Yep.
Oh, sure, he just resigned from the Council on Aging,
Did he?
yeah. He's a
Okay.
Good guy.
He's a very good guy.
Oh,
He's,
wow.
he's very excited about learning.
Cool.
He's recently retired, or at least over the last year or two. He drives a bus
Yes,
mornings. But he's really enthusiastic and ready to go, so. He'll be starting probably the 16th of May. And Eric will train him on cameras. ARPA spending, I returned one of the SDI ATEM switches. And I'm tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm gonna order the HDMI ATEM switcher. Along with other items that we need, that we learned that we needed at doing the
Really?
annual town meeting.
Do we
Yeah,
still-
we got by, but
do we still have money in the P&H budget, you know?
no, not the regular one.
Okay, so that's, oh, no, in the alpha one,
ARPA, yes,
okay.
yes. So we'll be getting some more cables but we need a new Sony camera.
That needs to be discussed before we buy it. I understand this is the one that got wet and.
The one that got wet is functioning fine.
Is it
about.
reliable? Having
It
been wet?
it did the town meeting.
It didn't work.
For
after
6
it had been
hours.
wet. So Eric checked it after it had got wet and left it a few days to dry and it didn't work.
Right, but it's working now.
I'm just concerned about the reliability of it.
Yeah,
If there is insurance money that makes sense, I really would prefer to swap it out from that perspective. But I don't know who to talk to find out about insurance. My guess is it's the assistant town manager.
okay.
Was there other equipment damage from the flood?
Not that we know
No,
of. The batteries presumably in the chargers got wet.
yeah, the
So-
batteries are okay, but there's, I need to order some other batteries. Cause some are end of life,
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's a different thing.
there's a few
but
end of life
there's
batteries.
no other damage that needs to be addressed via the insurance that we're aware of.
Not that I'm aware of.
I was translating for.
Gotcha. I'm in agreement that it should at least be looked into.
Yeah.
I think it might be good.
Okay, so that's it for the ordering. We have an LHS concert coming up on the 14th. We have a big water district meeting with Hickory Hills on the 16th. We have a cruise night we'll be recording here on Memorial Drive, probably.
I don't know, you're gonna bring your car? Why not? Be fun.
We got Memorial Day scheduled and graduation is the 1st of June. The TriCaster has officially died.
Oh,
It
really?
is not working. We could not get it started.
Hmm.
So,
But we have the ATM studio in.
we have the ATEM studio that was set up today. So it's ready to go. So people just need training on that. And the audio at the Bellotta room, we have had 2 quotes for a while. I have a 3rd vendor to set up an appointment with.
Oh, okay.
And that vendor is through the state. It's the Operational Services Division of Massachusetts. And they do projects like this.
Really? Okay,
So I'm gonna contact them. It was suggested by the assistant town manager.
okay.
As far as your report, we're at 993, 551 and 30 cents. Nothing remarkable to add to this month. But we only added 2 programs this month because we were so busy with meetings, doing the other water district meetings and so forth. So we're at 76% local. And we're at 110 total programs for the year, which exceeds last year. So hopefully we'll get some more programs produced
This year's longer than last
by a day. And our April calendar and May calendar is attached. I may be taking a week off at the end of May and a week off at the end of June to use up my vacation time before it goes away. But I'm waiting for approval from Heather, so that's just a possibility. And that's all I have.
year. Anything further?
Questions, Joe?
Okay.
On Friday, the monitor wasn't working. They had to use a tiny monitor. It was really tough for us to see.
Right, monitor is on my list to purchase.
And you think that the room will be set up by the 29th, or we have to delay the next show?
I will not know until we figure out the internet situation down there. Or the moving the is it a trellis or
One of them is.
what, until we know if we're
Gantry's a good one.
a gantry, okay.
Mhm.
I won't know until we set up someone to move that.
Jason's in a Suzical production, and he only has very few days he can come in.
Well, I mean, in the worst case, you could do it in the studio we have now.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. we could do
And
that.
we can delay that
Yeah,
move
that's-
and
fine.
do that in another piece.
Sure.
You know, we can move all the furniture and stuff down, but
Good.
for your show, we can leave that there
Fine.
and schedule the person or schedule to have it taken apart after.
So we'll keep it at the 29th.
Yes. I have to write that down. I didn't know that.
Anything further for Joe? Hearing nothing, thank you, Joe. I
You're welcome.
appreciate that. Master Plan Steering Committee report has snuck its way onto the agenda.
Okay. Have any of you filled out the master plan? What do you call it, a survey? No?
We filled up our requirements, like,
There's a survey that the master plan was put out. They did first survey and a report on it, a second survey and report on it, and then they've done a third survey. And this is sort of taking into account what they've done in the first 2. And on 30th of this month, there was a meeting at the Coffee Roasters.
ah,
And there's going to be a discussion of that survey for the public.
are we supposed to have filled something up recently?
It's been placed everywhere we could place it.
Including emailing people in this committee.
Yeah,
I haven't seen
No.
it.
I haven't seen it.
No funds for that.
What time on the 30th?
6 o'clock.
No,
Should be.
they close at
Fairly
4.
big meeting.
Should we be videoing this?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, we always have.
Yeah.
We did the last coffee roasters one.
And there was another one over at the Eagle House. Was
No, but if.
Yeah, I did that. We did
if
that.
We've had no input into this.
We know.
I know, that's my.
But every citizen, it's not just the committees. It's back out the citizens, or what you see, there's certain questions about, oh, the nature of the town, for instance. Should we try to get more business in, less business in, how we can handle the center? Just general questions about your view of things.
So,
When I filled mine out, I said the pack is
Where
going
did
to
you
be,
get it, your survey?
like, you can get it online.
But you have to know to go and look for
Yeah.
it, right?
Exactly.
Well, it's been paper, and it's been.
I normally read the paper.
It's been going on for 8 months.
I have not seen anything, and I do normally. Mainly to pick out his
They
grammatical
did.
errors.
And they did a meeting at the Eagle House, which they had us all put things on the town map. It's an amazing town map that was made.
Mm.
Every single street and everything on it, put a piece of paper where you would like to see things put.
Oh,
People are saying, you know, it's a store here and a gas station here and a park here.
A really nice restaurant, just there.
That, oh, that was several times.
That I would imagine.
mm. Is
So,
it too late?
The committee itself is. Committee itself is somewhat disorganized. And they have never had minutes taken and given to the committee. for Approval, so there's not actually been committee meeting yet. All this time. But that's, thank God I got on this path, because Pacc is gonna be a critical part of our
Right.
future. More than anything. So. I mean, it really is.
Thank you
You'll
for
be telling me
representing
everything.
us. Is it too late to fill out a questionnaire?
No, it's online,
so where do we find it? On the town website?
yes,
Under,
Master
Master-
plan?
master
okay,
plan survey,
Okay,
version 3. It says you can fill it out in 5 minutes, it took me an hour and a half last night,
mm,
I always say that.
a lot of detail on it.
I always say no when they say on the phone, would you like to stay in the line afterward? No.
okay, well,
So that's what
I
that's at.
suggest everyone on the committee does
Yeah.
exactly what Pete's asking us.
okay.
I'm sure Steve's done it, because he's probably some.
Yeah. Okay, anything further for master plan? I only have one thing on the town meeting report, and that is the Pacc budget went through on the consent calendar. No presentation, nothing at all. We're boring. This is good. Just let it go through, and we're funded for the next 12 months.
Excellent.
What was that called, that mechanism, what calendar?
Consent.
Consent calendar.
Yeah, yeah.
They put boring warrants together.
No, yeah,
Sorry, non-contentious.
They,
That was-
they had a nice slide explaining it, what's anticipated to be non-contentious, and then people can still say they wanna peel away.
That's right, yeah.
I
Yeah,
want
but
to
Pacc,
attend.
yeah, Pacc was, Pacc with 1 seat, budget approved.
Actually, it's back with 2 seats budget, because it's, we really own the budget.
Okay.
It's all Joe's, so I don't mind which way you put it. So
Well, I put 2 seats, how about that?
put 3 seats, just confuse the hell. out of everybody.
Then you're gonna say next week is a typo in the
Yeah.
minutes.
Was
Yeah.
that a single group? Oh, it was 10 seats.
Okay, anyone have anything else on the town meeting?
Other than everything went through fine.
Yeah, that's good.
It was, I thought, I think the panic that there was going to be 700 people there was ludicrous.
But you did have a better turnout than you have.
200 more people who left as soon as they passed it.
As far as I could tell, there were,
750 people.
how many?
For what, past what?
As soon as passed the override,
Oh,
as soon as the
okay.
override went through, it was the same 150 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Um,
Okay. So I have here a report from Bartholomew, where we were hoping we would get 30,000 a year from our investment. And so far we have 26,728 and 13 cents through 3 quarters. Still have another quarter to go.
So we're doing better than.
We are, but the number, if you want to put it in there, that our investment what do they call it, enterprise fund investment, ending 31st of March, stood at 746,728.13. 13, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That hopefully is covering inflation for our capital. I checked on our license with Comcast, expires on February the 28th, 2028. So about a year before then, we'll have to start the process. What we're sort of hearing through mass access is no more capital and you're lucky to get the same percentage as you had. That's sort of what we're hearing. So we should not be relying on an injection of more capital at the time of new contract. We are getting.
The minutes or not? Should I put that into the minutes?
Well, so we shouldn't rely, no, let's not. I mean, it's,
You say 28th, Steve?
Yeah.
That's our anniversary, that's wonderful,
anniversary of Pacc.
of this town,
Oh, really?
it's our 300th anniversary,
Ah,
that's a community.
yeah, I wasn't keeping count because I haven't been here quite that long.
Yeah.
Some of us have.
Yes, apparently so.
Cheers. Yeah.
Okay, I have on here, which I would entertain a motion to table, which is set the FY 24-25 meeting dates. I think it means FY 25 meeting dates.
For this committee,
Yeah, but we can't do that in all honesty without Steve being here.
Yeah.
No.
Table, I make a motion that we table, item 10 on the agenda, setting the,
Excellent idea, thank you. And the next meeting I hear will be 6 o'clock, June the 3rd, in this room.
it was a sleepy, dusty Delta day.
At which point, unfortunately, Steve left because he loves to make the motion to.
Adjourn. I make the motion.
Second.
No discussion required, all those in favour, let's get the hell out of here, would you cancel the recording, thank you, Joe.
Bye, people.
so.
Do they Zoom